Yeah.
I can think of worse things to be doing on a Friday.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah,
So are we
Friday.
recording now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
well,
sometimes we'll just talk, and then sometimes I go, welcome back. We're starting.
got it.
So-
So,
so
I'm glad,
welcome back.
I'm glad to have you guys. You hit me up, and I'm like, oh, who the fuck is this? I'm like, okay, blonde gal in the off-roading, it looks like. And I'm like, well, yeah, sure, let's have her out.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I passed your quality test.
Well, that's what we do. That's what so at Bet Motorsports, we do Jeeps, right? We're a Jeep shop. And without going into my, background and history, we needed to be more effective in the social media arena, right? Clearly you can see I don't do that. My phone is here. If I could have a flip phone, I probably would. So Hannah comes to the table with not only the ability to fabricate and weld, is into off-roading, but she understands all this stuff, right?
All right. This podcast is not about me.
No. So this is why you look at our Instagram and what she's done, and you look at the videos she puts up, and you're like, oh, this is fun people. I want to be with fun people.
Well, there was part of me that was like, okay, it's because you get a lot of blonde young gals setting like, hey, come look at this or do
Sure.
that.
We've had a few of those lately for some reason. I don't know what
I
it
think
is.
Hannah's clicking on the wrong
So I'm
things.
like,
on her way.
okay, well, I should delete this. And I'm like, okay, well, anyways, I responded and it seemed legit, and we're here now. So
So I'm glad you responded.
Yeah. Thanks for having us. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
So we're at Lasertown, and this is out. That's considered Johnson Valley? I don't. That's so many different.
Whoa,
Like Lucerne
back
Valley,
up.
Johnson Valley.
We're not just in Lasertown. We're in the middle of a koi pond.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're in the middle of Koi Pond,
I'm sure
in the middle
in
of
the
the
middle of
desert.
Johnson Valley, in a place called Lasertown with Cody Wagner. And I'm just going to let it over to you and let you kind of give us a quick background of, you can give us whatever you want, what you do for a living, how you came about Lasertown, and
yeah, for sure. So, man, I've said this story so many times, it's boring to me.
You got the fine-tuned version.
I know.
of
I'm
it.
sorry. We're asking the same lame question.
I can
but-
start from the beginning and go on for hours, but I'm 47 years old. I've been coming out to Johnson Valley since I was 18. The first trail I ever did was Sledgehammer with Jason Bunch from Tri-County Gear in Pomona. I had a 1971 CJ5 Jeep, 83-inch wheelbase, sprung under, Detroit in the rear, Posy in the front, 33-inch Goodyears. And I spent enough money with Tri-County Gear. Now I was in high school, right? I sold my reliable 1988 Toyota pickup truck for $4,500 because my friend convinced me to buy a Jeep. So I bought this 71 Jeep, went out to Terra del Sol. I'm sure you guys have all heard of
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Fell in like, holy cow, this is really cool. And I actually saw Jason Bunch from Tri-County Gear in this flat fender Willys doing some crazy stuff. I'm like, who is that guy? Oh, that guy, he rolls over and flips over, and come to find out he works on Jeeps. So I sent my little CJ5 Jeep to him, put a Detroit locker in the rear, put an SM420 transmission in it, and being that I spent enough money, I got to come out to Johnson Valley on a customer appreciation run.
Wow.
Perfect.
Ah,
So I came out here for my first time with my girlfriend, who's my wife,
Oh.
Lindsay, and my dog Willie, and we ran Sledgehammer. He walked me through the entire trail because I knew nothing about rock crawling or how to place the tires or anything. So I learned a lot on just that one day, and fell in love with rock crawling. That was '94.
It's the bug. You get it. You can't
Oh
get rid
yeah.
of it.
So then, long story short, just started rock crawling out here in Johnson Valley, out in Truck Haven area, Glamis, which isn't rock crawling, but it's still off-roading, and yeah, it just went from there. So in the late '90s, there was rock crawling competitions. That was the big thing. ARCA, U-Rock, and I'd go out to these rock crawl events, and it was really an unlimited class. Whatever you bring, you run type
Yeah.
thing. Well, in 2001, they came out with a modified stock class. So I took my little Jeep down to San Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I believe I got second place. I beat Frank Curry of Curry Enterprises. My dad was spotting, and we were like the funnest to watch because my dad and I are like oil and vinegar. and it, yelling the first course.
It's like the
we
Tuttles.
we hit a cone, and I yelled at him like, we can't hit any cones. That's 10 points. And well, anyways, we still from 2001 to 2006 we competed in all over the West Coast. Got a lot of sponsors like Detroit Locker, Warren, and we were actually making money. My wife was doing all the marketing, and it was really cool. And then 2006, I bought a moon buggy off Mitch Guthrie. It's a Shannon Campbell first moon buggy he ever built, and it competed in that from 2006 to 2009. Kind of going into the racing stuff. I apologize, but it all comes together.
No, it's all
we
good.
won it all.
Anyways, I love rocks, right? Doing the competitions.
We all love
That's
rocks.
his T-shirt. It just says "I love rocks."
I love
Yeah,
rocks.
that could be a T-shirt for sure. I love rocks.
So doing all the rocks, traveling all over the United States, and I told myself I'd never go to King of the Hammers. I go to Johnson Valley, but if I knew if I would go to King of the Hammers, I'd want a car, right? So sure enough, 2013, I go to King of the Hammers for the first time. Randy Slauson won that year, and okay, well let's have Randy build us a bomber. So he actually built us 2 bombers. He built one for my dad and one for me. 2014, we came out to King of the Hammers. I got 8th place. Never got out to see the car. Never got a flat. And the next year. First year I got top 20. I think it was the 17th. Next year, top 10. My dad competed that year, and he actually finished. He got a top 40. So it was really cool for both of us to finish the race. And after that, I said, you know what? I'll never beat Randy Slauson or any of these other guys if I didn't have a state-of-the-art car, because bombers are amazing. And he'll probably win again. And they just don't drive very good going fast in the desert because it's full hydraulic and they kind of go all over the place. And I needed more I needed more controllability. So I went to Armada Engineering and had them built the Ultra 4 car we have now, which you can buy. It's a LaserNet low CRC car if you ever want one.
I'll link it below. It'll be in the
Put
description.
it in the link. Yeah.
And it was a state-of-the-art car, portals, independent front and rear, just a really cool car.
Wow.
Started racing that, got a lot of DNFs because it was such a state-of-the-art car. It's kind of like an Indy car. If you hit a rock, it pretty much would break.
Yeah.
So that didn't really work, and we've been fine-tuning it over the years. But I found out for myself that I'm never going to win the King of the Hammers. I'm not fast enough. I get motion sickness.
You also said you'd never go to King of the Hammers, and here you are with a house on the lake bed.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Yeah, so back to, we're almost there.
you should maybe get in the habit of never saying never.
Yeah, I have learned if I drive a vehicle, I'm probably going to own it, so I try not to do that.
That's a good one.
Been
That's
there.
a good one.
Yeah.
But anywho's, back to Lasertown. 2012, my buddy came up to me and he's all, hey, there's some property out in Lasertown. There's some property out in Johnson Valley. It's 10 acres. It's in a land auction. And I want to know if you want to be a partner. So I partnered with a couple other guys. It was Mark Underwood, Shane Henry, Quinn from 74 Weld, and myself. And I'm like, hey, how much is it? I didn't know there was even private property out here.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, it's right over there, right off Boone Road. And I'm like, okay, so we came out and looked at it, and he's like, how much is it? He's like, it's $3,200.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, it's what?
That's
he's
a
like,
joke,
so it's gonna,
right?
No.
Was
In
it auction?
2012.
2012, 10 acres. They pretty
Nice.
much needed to pay the property tax because the guy didn't pay his property tax. There's my lovely bride right there. Hi, Annie.
Feel free to join in at any time.
No,
Right.
Yeah, it
good.
is.
Oh, that one's not that good. So,
He's awesome.
I paid $800 for it.
Insane.
We got the 10 acres. There was nothing here. We came in. We put in the 4 corners with the surveyor. And you're like, okay, what are we gonna do? Well, let's put a fence around it. No, I don't want to spend any money. So we got a heavy equipment and started moving the brush out. And then it turned into a sand pit.
Yeah.
So they came in and brought water in, made a wagon wheel, and it just kind of evolved from there. I put my first container to the left of that Afghanistan pine tree Now, mind you, I planted 29 of those trees, and every single one of them died except for that one.
And it's thriving too.
And it's thriving. I think that's because I dumped my gray water right there. And it's doing really well.
They call that the green thumb, but I don't know if that's called something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, it's a brown thumb.
Can I back up really quick to the part where you said that you bought this place for $800?
$800.
I personally can't just skip past that detail. What?
Yeah, $800.
So do you think, obviously that's a ripping deal by any means, but
It's highway robbery.
like, yeah, right? Was it because Hammers was not as big as it is now, obviously. Does that have anything to play into that? Or you think it was just the luck of the draw that
Well, it
you
was an
guys
auction,
stumbled
right?
on it?
It was a land auction.
So it's a land auction.
So
It's
that doesn't really matter.
It's just
It
who shows
is
up
what
to
it is.
put a bid in.
If
Yeah.
you go to those land auctions, which they still have out here,
Yeah.
they want their property tax money.
Yeah.
So if it's $3,000, $10,000, $5,000, if there's no bidders,
Yeah.
you'll get it for that. And no one
Interesting.
knew about it.
So
So
crazy.
we got it for
So it was a steal.
$3,200
Wow.
bucks.
Wow, that's rad.
That's
super rad.
life-changing.
That's called right place, right time, right?
Yeah.
It happens every once in a while.
Yeah, it happened, and then I wish it kind of didn't happen because it just kind of snowballed into what it is now.
And now that was 2012, you said?
That was 2012.
Yeah.
So put my first container right by the casket, and to block the prevailing wind, so I can park my RV there and not get it destroyed. And from there, I set up these white tents, carpets, sandbags, the whole deal for King of the Hammers, and went to sit out by the fire one day. And 2 hours later, the tents blew down. Completely blew fucking down. I mean, like I said, I'll never put a tent up again. So I said, you know what, I'm going to buy 2 more containers and make a youth section and build a little canopy on top. And that's been up since that point. And then, let's see, I had to buy my partners out. 2 of them were kind of just not in the off-roading anymore and kind of wanted out. So I bought 2 of them out. And then the third, I had to buy him out too. So now I own it 100%.
Wow.
How cool.
Kind of calculated how often we come out here, and it's like 2.5 months a year. And I never thought a 40-foot RV with slides would get small. But once you have
Hey.
little ones like this, I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
This is Lacey.
Hi, Lacey.
Hi,
What's
Lacey.
up, girl?
She,
How are you?
Good.
Good? Do you love Lasertown?
Yes.
Yeah, you and everybody else. I saw you ripping around on your little side-by-side.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's cool.
He's Penny.
It has a name?
Yeah.
What's it? What is it?
Penny.
Penny.
It's short for
Oh,
Pennywise.
Pennywise,
Oh,
like the
nice.
clown.
Yeah.
Dude,
Nice.
a girl who knows her horror films.
Yeah.
Love it.
Or rock bands.
See her holding a red balloon
Either.
later, just run.
Nice, dude.
So are those your gargoyles?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured. Do they have names?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we can work
Because
on
we
that.
just got them.
Oh, they're fresh.
Yeah.
They're brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new.
Straight out of
Okay.
the mold.
yeah, that's a funny story. So with Lasertown, a lot of people send me, hey, you ought to buy this. This would be
Oh,
great.
just a
This
random
would be great at
marketplace
Lasertown. So this was, hey, these were on top of a hot topic in Universal City,
No way.
and I want to get rid of them. So I'm like, okay, I thought they were going to be concrete. Come to find out, they're foam, but they're still cool. So
That's
we,
still- Yeah.
we just actually mounted them up there a couple days ago.
Can you
That's
really
so
blame
funny.
people though for saying that? Okay, so from where I'm sitting right now, I can see a Prius. Okay, I can actually have multiple, maybe even, let's see, 3 gargoyles.
At least 3,
We've
4.
got
I
a
see 4.
coffin. We've got a pine tree. We've got plenty of koi fish. I mean, a Buddha. Okay, the more I look, the crazier it gets actually. So I feel like I don't feel like it's that weird that people send you some weird
That
suggestions.
Prius was for my dad's birthday.
Why did I get a Prius?
Oh, because you hate electric cars?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Roger that.
That's a hybrid though.
Yeah, yeah.
But the Prius drivers suck, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Word.
I love the
Like if
stickers
there's
everybody
ever a
has.
zombie apocalypse, the electricity is going out. So you're going to need like a forklift or 2 high.
Yeah.
You're a smart girl. You know that?
We're gonna get along good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like where your head's at.
This is going well
Yeah.
so
I
far.
play a lot of games.
Yeah,
She's,
Yeah.
yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
I love it. She's up on her doomsday
yeah,
knowledge.
she is.
You got to have that nowadays.
Yeah. No, you got a cool, fun place out here.
Yeah.
It's a
You
It's like-
pretty much
Do you
get
not
to
have any
do what
shoes
you
on
want.
right now?
Yeah.
It's not that cold
It's
out,
great
right?
though, right? You can run around Laser Town, no shoes.
Yeah, right?
It's pretty much like free island. Like you get to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you get hurt, it's not on us.
You signed the waiver on the front gate, right?
Oh, I love this girl. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. This is like Disneyland in the desert.
Yeah.
It's just
For
dude.
adult.
It's dude Disneyland.
Dude Disneyland,
A woman too.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to.
Hey,
not to.
hey,
You know.
I'm having the time of my life. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Love
this,
you.
This place is pretty cool. It's fun coming out here for people who just are learning about Johnson Valley and just learning about King of the Hammers, maybe coming out for their first King of the Hammers, and they look over and they see it. It's always, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
That's what I thought
and
the
it's
first
not
time we
like
saw it.
what's the place out by Slab City?
Oh, yeah, that
Um,
place is a trip.
Something Mountain.
Yeah, Mountain, right? Somebody out there knows.
I don't know.
Hannah will put it in, but
It's like
that
a lawless place, right? Where
yeah,
there's
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a-
it's just straight hippies.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's straight gypsies out there. This has a what I would call like a 5-star gypsy vibe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it's got a gypsy vibe, but it's like 5-star, right?
It's so much-
it's like Hilton quality.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I love all the murals too. Like everything around you has some sort of painting on it. You know, is that somebody in specific or?
Yeah, so back to the story. We did the canopy for the King of the Hammers. That's our tent now. And then after coming out here, calculating that we spend 2.5 months out here a year, and not having enough room in the RV, I'm like, you got to build a house. So I want to do like a manufactured home, and then there's a lot of break-ins out in this area. Like my buddy just told me he got 2 quads stolen this weekend.
Ah.
I mean, it's every weekend because there's a lot of people that, yeah.
It's desert.
So, yeah,
desert
it's
people.
desert, and they can get away with it, and there's
Yeah.
no laws in California that. Anyways, so I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because someone could break in. So I'm like, you know what? What about a container house? You keep seeing those. So we bought 10 containers and we put it behind my work in Norco, and pushed them all together and built a house. So we built a 3,200 square foot container house.
Wow.
And I'll show you guys when we're done with this, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
So we
That's
did
pretty rad.
that, and then we were completely off grid. So we had the generator, wood container, holiday container, all the stuff. I don't keep anything I don't want stolen out here because it could happen. It will happen
Right.
someday. But we do have cameras. I mean, there's an eye in the sky. I call it on the flagpole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can zoom in and look around. We have laser alarm beams all over the place.
That's awesome.
And there's actually 10 ring cameras all around too, so it's all recording us right now. So
Your
Really?
phone just gets
Sweet.
lit up by pretty much. Bring.
That's great.
pretty much. So, and then I love water. I live in San Clemente, by the beach, and I love
so funny,
water.
That's where I live.
We didn't
Really?
know you were
Yeah.
that close.
Yeah, I
We're
didn't
all
realize that. That's funny.
Well, okay, so
All right, back to the story.
Here's
Right
my dire question that I have for you of all the things we've talked about today. When is the last time that you looked at your property from Google Maps? And if you want me to not address this, because it's like you paid somebody off, we'll cut it out. But have you looked recently at Google Maps?
I looked at my maps apps. I don't know if that's Google Maps.
It shows that there is nothing here.
Yeah,
Really?
like, who'd you have to pay to wipe you off of
Dude.
Google?
That's completely off the grid. That's nice.
Yeah, you're off the
I
grid.
thought I was going to ask you that question, and you were
Yeah.
going to go,
No, I have no idea.
yeah, there's
Like,
no...
Satellite.
who do you know that the satellite just happens to
I don't.
shut off
I don't
when
look
it
at
flies
Google
by?
Maps. I look at the maps on the iPhone. Is that Google Maps?
Same thing. I look
Yeah,
at
but it
both.
wouldn't have it won't show like buildings, but if you look at like the satellite imagery of it, it'll show like all the containers and everything here. But it was probably so long ago
Nope,
that.
it's trademarked 2000 or watermarked 2023, and it shows nothing
Really?
but the perimeter of the sand barrier around your property.
Oh, maybe
Okay,
I'm gonna
somebody
be
off camera's
annihilated
giving me a
soon.
look. We better stop talking about
Yeah,
it.
the phone shut down.
The snipers he has paid to be on the roof
Oh
here.
shit! Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea.
That's crazy.
We're gonna
Wow.
just so you know, we're gonna start a super cool rumor about it.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do
All
it.
right, cool.
Let's capitalize on
Yeah,
this.
I like it.
He's
I
got
like
those
it.
government ties that we
Laser
don't know
Town,
about.
off the grid, next level.
So we did the house, had the canopy, went from 10 acres to 40 acres.
Yeah.
And the graffiti art, there's no color out here. I mean, look out here, it's
Yeah.
just blah. So I love graffiti art. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
So I called a couple guys and it's, hey, how much? Oh, it's 20 grand to do this. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Well, come to find out, one of my guys that works for me and he does graffiti. He does a graffiti artist. So I had him do Laser Town as the first piece.
Wow.
And then it went to the Ultra 4 buggy, and then everything has like, it's a wave container over there with a kind of a sea theme, and then the King of the Hammers container that goes down to Hammer Town every year with all the winners of King of the Hammers.
That's cool.
My wife likes dinosaurs, so there's a big green dinosaur on the side.
I like them.
And Lacey likes them also.
So does he still do every single bit that's
Every
around
piece.
here?
He's done every
That's
piece
really
here.
cool.
I've had a
Really
lot of
cool.
people want to come and do it, but I just, stuck with him
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
He does a really
that's
good
pretty
job.
rad.
Keeps
yeah,
it authentic, you know?
And then the
Keep it a little
flowers,
Check on the camera.
we did the flowers just to do something cool. I think I saw that in Reno at the convention center. They had flowers, so we did that. We just added lights to it, so we have blue lights right now to kind of light things up.
Yeah, those are super cool.
And then we have a graveyard over there, a pet cemetery. We actually buried Pirate there 2 nights ago. He passed
Oh,
away.
man.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had
Aw.
a funeral for him and a dance party today. Is that what we had?
Oh,
A wedding?
a wedding, yeah.
Oh,
for
a wedding.
Hammer's
A wedding.
Yeah, we had a wedding. So
Yes.
that wasn't for Pirate, but it
All
was
sorts
for
of
someone.
events.
Yeah. So
It's crazy
I should have
out
talked
here.
to Stacy. We should have got married out here.
Yeah, actually.
we actually had a wedding here a couple months ago.
Would
Yeah.
you allow that? Because Troy, if you're watching this, that's
He's just
awesome.
standing
Yeah.
over there clueless
Yeah.
as to
Yeah,
what's
he's
going
like,
on over
I
here.
don't know what you're talking
We're
about.
not even engaged.
Yeah, it was a really cool wedding actually. There was 40 people and that came in their off-road trucks
Yeah.
and stuff.
How cool.
and-
That's pretty cool.
Well, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that there's like this hardcore enthusiasm in off-road that like you're talking about your origin story, right? That like everyone in off-road, you don't just like go out and buy the thing and buy the tow pig and just go do it. Like we all have this cool like intertwining story of like, well, I had to jump to this rung of the ladder by this connection, and knowing this person, I had to work my ass off to buy my first this and blah blah blah. And like you're the pinnacle of like, well, I did it once, I fell in love, and you've climbed every single rung of the ladder, and now you're here, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Looking from the outside in, a lot of people think I was given everything. I don't work, especially with social media. They just see a part of it.
Easy judgmental.
Yeah, they
But
see the success.
They
and
don't see the baby steps to
Yeah.
get to where we are and where we're going. I
Yeah.
mean, we're always progressing and wanting not more, but just wanting the next step.
Yeah.
Start out with a little CJ5 and went to this and went to that, and now we have quite a few off-road cars that we do desert racing and rock crawling and extreme rock crawling, and
Super cool.
it's just if you do what you love what you do.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate with Laser Nut to have over 400 customers building off-road parts, laser cutting, bending, welding, fabrication, and doing bumpers and skid plates and everything. And they're all been my friends, partners, customers. I mean, it all ties together. And that's what's cool about Laser Town is it's a safe place to come out, bring your family, bring your kids, have a cool place to camp, not worry about anyone coming through your camp. Though I used to get anxiety to come
Yeah.
camp out here, which maybe you guys did today because you're camping out here, right?
Oh yeah, we're over there.
Like,
It's-
am I going to get a spot? Am I going to be parking next to a bunch of assholes? Or,
Absolutely.
is my stuff going to be okay when I get off the trail?
Yep.
It's just cool to
Parking
have a
next to
place.
scary person
What's that?
parking next to like a person that like talks to the ghosts or like the demons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
hate
a,
when that happens.
yeah, that's a problem. A
It
lot
is-
of
it
I
really
places.
would love that.
She's got a point. dude.
She's like, I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Having it, every time we generally go out to Akatia Wells. It's closer to where we live, and although Akatia Wells is a lot smaller, we've been going there for years, and the kids love it. We have our little spot, and we always talk about we should get a property out here, and it's kind of the same thing, right? You feel a little better about it. I wouldn't be able to leave anything out there for the same reasons. It's just going to get stolen, but
Yeah.
it's just the feeling of being able to have your own spot where you're not, gonna have to deal with, somebody parking right next to you. It's like there's 100,000 acres, and you got to park right here.
Yeah, the people
Really? Like,
just
park
love
over
to
there.
be around people.
Oh
they
my God.
they can't okay, go park a mile away.
Yeah.
I think that's just the nature of
How many
Yeah.
acres are out there that you
Yeah.
could park at?
Well, then I've been looking online out at this area, and across the street there's a couple of nice little properties across
Yeah.
the street, and I'm like, well, maybe we don't buy one in Ocotillo Wells, but we buy one out here, just so that when we do come out here for hammers or whatever, I can be across the street over there,
no dust,
no dust,
nice and quiet.
if I want to go to bed, I can just go to bed, and if I want to come over to the craziness, I can come over to
Yeah.
the craziness, So maybe that's in our future. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll see.
Speaking a little bit about Laser Nut, right? Like if you're unaware, that's how Laser Town got its name, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, Laser Nut. Everyone's Laser Town. Everyone thought it was a laser tag facility, and like no. And I wanted to keep it kind of a cult following, to where they had to think about it. It wasn't just what Laser Town, and then eventually it all ties together.
Yeah.
So
And to
yeah.
be clear, there is no laser tag.
There's
out here,
no
right?
laser
So there's
tag.
everything out here but laser tag.
There should be.
Actually, we were playing laser tag the other night.
I knew it.
It's not for
I knew it.
everyone.
That's great.
Yeah, we're in Norco, California. We're, I would say, probably the largest laser cutting facility catering to the off-road
Yeah.
community.
Industry leader for off-road.
And-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a
And,
doubt.
Just a little.
We do
Yeah.
flat cutting. We don't do tube, but we do send out the tube cutting if you want it quoted. Specialize in bending, robotic welding, TIG welding.
I love seeing those videos of all the,
Countersinking.
just all the what we call it, processes, I guess. And they just sit there, boom, flip it, boom, flip it, boom, and it's like,
It's
oh
cathartic.
man, the guy that sits there and does that, he's got his own little art going on,
Well,
Yeah.
whoever's programming it to do
methodical.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that programming, that's a lot of thinking.
Speaking of that, how many employees?
I think 50.
Very cool.
50. We were up, but things have slowed down a little bit. Everyone seems like the recession's coming next year and blah blah blah. But yeah, we've been able to streamline with better equipment, faster equipment,
Yeah.
so we don't need as many employees.
Sure.
But yeah, about 50 employees
cool.
right now.
That's a solid house.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a tenth of that, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of people. Too many people.
Yeah, we've only been coming out here
It's
for the
enough.
hammers for 4 years or 5?
4 or 5 years, I
4 or
think.
5, right? So for being that we like off-roading, we didn't really start coming out here till 4 or 5 years ago. So Bent Motorsports started at I started doing long travel suspensions back in 2008 on the Razors when they first came out, and then that market saturated immediately, and I didn't want to keep up. So I went back to doing what I do, which is restorations. So we did vehicle restorations, and that became a real difficult thing to do in California just because of labor costs. You can go to Tennessee and have a car built for a third of the price that you can build a hot rod here for.
Yeah.
And my name's not Chip Foose, so I don't have people lining up to do it.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that
so
anymore, though.
I was just getting into Jeeps, and I liked going off-roading, and I thought, well, screw this, let's just be a Jeep shop. We pivoted and we became a Jeep shop. And
It was kind of a natural progression too. I don't think it was very abrupt. It was like, nope, today, January 1st, we're stopping all restorations. It was just like you started getting 1 or 2 in, and then it was,
Yeah, I just stopped taking on the restorations, and eventually they filtered out, and we just kept doing Jeeps. And we all kind of decided, let's just do Jeeps. Jeeps is where it's at. And then we're like, no, we'll just do off-road. We started with, we'll just do off-road.
Yeah.
And then we were doing Toyotas and Chevys and Fords and a Subaru every once in a while. Then I was like, we all drive Jeeps. Let's just do Jeeps.
Yeah.
Jeeps is way, let's pick one thing and be an absolute expert in it, right? So we're still learning, but we're kind of that in between a 4-wheel parts or an ORW, because we do custom work too.
You're way cooler than either of those.
So-
Are you kidding? Don't
so,
sell
I mean,
us
I mean,
short.
we
Are you
install-
serious? No offense to either of those companies, but we're so much cooler than that.
So we're a small little company, and so the last few years we've been helping out some teams that want to race out here, and one of them was a father-son Ultra 4 team. They were going to do it just as a bucket list thing, and so we helped them with a car they purchased, and we pitted for them and kind of got our feet wet, and then we helped another family father-daughter team do their 4600 Jeep TJ build, and got them out here for the last
We
2.
held them 2 years.
And this
I
will be
think.
their
This will
third
be
year
their
here.
third.
And then Curtis, my service rider who works for me now, him and his best friend Nick raced a Samurai out here last year for the first time on 31s.
Yeah.
I think was the tire. They should have been in the UTV class. But so then this year was the first year we're like, well, let's just build our own, right? So we got an 85 CJ7 and we brought it out here this weekend and we're going to shake it down. And we still got a lot of work to do, but
We finished it last night at midnight.
last night at midnight,
Yeah,
we
I
got
started following you like last night. I'm like, I probably to see what's going on. And I saw your story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time clock and
Yeah.
It was
No better
that was
motivator
a
to
really
everybody than
weird.
there's the time clock.
Yeah.
There's the time clock.
Yeah, I'd highly suggest buying one of those if you ever have a timeline. 'Cause
Yeah?
damn, does that incentivize
Yeah,
you?
you see it and you just go, God,
I
10
put it right
days,
above the
dude.
coffee machine.
Yeah, that helps.
My guys would wait till the last minute. They're
Yeah.
like, I got another hour.
You
I'm
can't
good.
because I think the reason people procrastinate is because maybe sometimes you're nervous, but other times because your like perception of time is off. Like in your head, you're like, I've got 2 weeks.
We got a
Yeah.
month.
But
we
when
got
that
2
2 weeks, instead you're looking at the countdown clock and it now says 13, 14, however many days. And then you're like, shit, dude. And it's like
Yeah.
it helps. I
Yeah.
promise. But so we got that
Yeah.
wrapped last night. Today's our first day with it
Yeah.
ever. So.
Hasn't even come off the trailer yet. Thing hasn't even hit dirt. So
Yeah,
we're,
I pulled in and Hannah was already here. And I'm like, let's go. I'm late. Sorry. Ran over here. And so it's just kind of cool to we're really new in it, right? Compared to where you're at in it. And to come out and see Laser Town. And every time we come out, we almost feel like we're with our people, like when Hammers is here and the place is wild. It's like, I feel
there's that
cozy
camaraderie,
here.
It's like you can go up to the dude in the pit next to you. Hey, do you guys mind helping us out with this, that, and the other? And everybody's always. It's just the people,
Yeah, it is pretty rad.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's a small community and everyone knows each other too. So
Yeah.
it's really neat.
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah,
I
you
know,
guys
really.
both live in San Clemente. One of you lives by the beach, and the other one lives up in the hills.
Yeah,
calls
yeah.
it San
All
Clemente.
right, all right. Do you have any like specific goals in the future or plans with this piece of property, or just with
Oh yeah.
like what do you want, right? Because obviously,
Well, there's some top secret stuff I can't
Oh.
share
right.
until it
I like it.
happens. But yeah, it's definitely, we just ran power, so we actually have power here
Yeah.
now.
Very cool.
So that's huge. Talking about anxiety, generators turning on, batteries not working, solar.
yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we just did that, which was a huge bucket list. And we got some other stuff coming up. So I think
Okay.
it's just a cool place to have people that want to come out here and get away. Man, the coloring just changed.
Yeah, right.
It's
Just
like
turned
crazy,
pink.
huh?
That was cool. Just a cool place to come out
Wow.
and enjoy, and a safe place for the family and friends and everyone, just to
Yeah.
share it. It's, for King of the Hammers, it'll be a small gathering. We'll have people on the property and just have a good time.
Yeah.
I gotta say too, like the fact that you are so welcoming, I think is the coolest thing ever, because there are certain sectors of the off-road community that can have such an elitist attitude, and zero to no entry level, and all of those things. And so to have someone who like has this awesome thing that is like so open and willing to share and be kind, I mean, like, I think that's the coolest thing ever, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get that a lot.
Yeah, for me, I don't know how to say it, but giving back feels so much better than taking.
Yeah.
Not that I take, but what I'm saying is, it just, you
Compare.
guys know it.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, it feels good.
And I enjoy to be able to do that. I mean, if someone wants to camp on the property, I mean, if you guys even said, hey, I got a camper, I'd probably ask you how many people and do you like the party and all that. But,
Give him the
mean,
shakedown.
Only from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Okay, well,
we
probably
brought
no.
we brought you a bottle of tequila.
I know, I got the
so-
tequila, but I go to bed early at night, so.
Me too. Early.
But it's just cool. It's just cool. I mean, did I ever think Terrible Herps is with their helicopters flying in their multi-million-dollar trophy trucks that they bring, and the whole thing would be staying at my place to hang out, or Johnny Greaves, I mean, or even I don't know, just some cool people that come and hang out, and
It's pretty rad.
You get,
Almost surreal,
yeah, and that all happened because you're probably wondering how it happened. Well, when COVID happened, COVID was a good thing for me. I got to meet all these cool people, and they didn't want to camp down in Hammertown. So they heard about Laser Town and they all started camping here, and it kind of just snowballed from there. They'd rather be here a mile away from the mess down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it got so bad last year, you couldn't see your hand in front of you down at
Yeah.
my guys
Crazy.
that went to Chocolate Thunder. They couldn't figure out how to get back here because it was so dusty.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad.
So it's just a cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. COVID was good for Bent too.
Yeah.
If people were not allowed to go fly and go on their vacations.
It was
so
great.
So like,
Yeah.
well, we'll just soup up our Jeep.
What's the next
Honestly,
best thing?
let's have another COVID because I mean, you can't go to any events.
Yeah,
You can't go out. You can't leave your house.
yeah,
What are you gonna do? You're gonna work on your cars.
that's it.
Pick
Yeah.
up a new hobby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was perfect for us. I mean, everybody was like, well, we can't travel. Let's get our Jeep Big Bear ready so we can go to Big Bear and Arrowhead and wherever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there was more people going out than ever, I think, and it was just, this is it.
The only place you go is out to the desert.
That's right.
So it worked out. I mean, knock on wood. I mean, a lot of people suffered from it,
Sure,
but
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
just make sure you get vaccinated.
But
Yeah. Are you all caught up on your boosties there?
I
Yeah.
can't believe there's still commercials.
Right?
I know. I hear it on the radio when I'm bringing my son to school, and it's like they do the whole thing, and they're you need to get it, and it's very serious. Then it goes sponsored by Pfizer. Come on, guys.
It's crazy.
The answer's in the tagline. It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So the big secret, he's not going to tell us. But I have a feeling it's an apartment complex.
I'll buy.
on
Little
the,
dorm rooms.
somewhere on the south side.
I will invest.
There's always stuff. I mean, we want to concrete the carport. It doesn't have concrete yet. Really want to make probably a better, or maybe like a real building. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but or maybe leave it out and put a real building in or something.
Yeah.
I'd like to extend my house on to give the kids a playroom, but then again,
Yeah.
one of my kids just turned 18, so she's moving out of the house to go to college. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I sometimes I gotta say, Cody, enough is enough. Just enjoy it. But I wake up at 6 in the morning and I have to go grade the property, and that's just how my mind. I gotta be doing something. I can't just sit on
Yeah.
the couch and
Yeah.
twiddle my thumbs. So
Don't ever feel bad about being an overachiever in life.
Yeah.
You're doing just fine.
Well, it's like having a ranch, right? These guys have these big ranches. They got to go in the morning. They got to take care of the ranch and go out, feed the hogs, right?
Yeah.
Well, this
The
is
whole
Cody's
process.
ranch. He's got to go out. He's got to grade
It's great.
and
It gets
take
you-
care of
The
it.
koi fish or the hogs.
Yeah, the koi
I mean,
fish.
yeah,
Gotta feed
they're
the
coming
koi
up. I
fish.
think
Which, by the way, I'm not a koi fish aficionado, but this is like a super impressive collection of them.
Oh,
They're
thank you. Yeah,
huge.
Is that what's called a collection?
they all come from Japan.
a herd?
A herd.
Is it a herd of koi?
A murder.
It's a murder of koi. Okay.
They all come from Japan, and I got 5 more, some big ones coming. I just have to. They're down in Laguna Canyon.
Yeah.
At the Laguna Koi Pond, you've probably been there.
Yeah, I've heard of
Maybe,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I get them.
You guys.
My grandma's a real big koi fish person.
Beach
She had
community guys.
40 of them at one point. It was sick. I fell in the pond like 8 times when I was a kid.
Pond.
No, they're amazing. They let you pet them, you feed them. I don't know. It's just relaxing, and
Yeah.
they're fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So,
Any other? I got a quick question. Is there
Yeah.
any other weird, like, cool features on the property that you're extra proud of? Whether it be a tree or just something that.
I'm proud of that flagpole. I'm like,
yeah.
well, let's put up a 60-foot flagpole with a huge American flag on it.
It's pretty badass.
just Lasertown to me is freedom. You can. I get in trouble for saying this. Now, mind you, I just got not. I shouldn't even bring this up, but I will. So there is. Actually, I can't. So,
You can't bring it up. We're gonna cut it.
We've had some issues where I had to go to court for my first time in my life, and because
I can edit this however you
yeah,
like.
so
Disagreements.
because of we'll just say not even disagreements, but a neighbor, a local neighbor, not going to ever tell you who it is because I don't want them to think I've told anyone, that's not happy with what's going on out here.
Got it.
Like literally, they complain about my blue lights that are up. They complain about my grading. They complain about anything and everything.
So haters are gonna hate, right?
And haters are going to hate. I don't know where I'm going with this.
They're probably super up to date on their boosters.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, probably.
Well, that's all right because you were talking about freedom, and
Yeah, it's all
Lasertown
about-
is freedom.
that's what
and,
it is. That's-
and every
come
once in a
out,
while,
shoot-
someone's going to test your freedom.
Shoot guns, fires, off-road cards. Have some fun. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is, and it's in California of all places.
Which
Right.
is wacky.
Right? So
Someone's got to push the boundaries. So don't forget that.
But it's about the freedom. It's just, it's just doing cool stuff, I just like, I've always wanted an excavator. So now I got an excavator, and it's cool to feel like a real man and move dirt.
It's painted black too.
Yeah, we painted black. It's called Vader.
Vader.
I like
My
it.
wife,
love it,
my
dude.
wife named it.
Vader.
so
Get it,
jealous.
Jake? Do you get it?
It's fun. They're fun to drive around. I mean, my wife loves school buses, so one Christmas I bought her a school bus, and it has a stripper pole in it that's on ball bearings. It's
Which has a rooster on the front of the roof, and it says Lasertown Express on it.
She was pissed about that because it was her school bus, but now it's Lasertown's school bus. But it's still
you put your
her
branding on it.
Yep, I screwed up there royally.
If a school bus with a stripper pole in it isn't the epitome of freedom, I don't know what is.
It's got a big cock on the roof.
Was that a wedding gift or just a birthday gift?
I think it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas
Who's
gift.
that really a gift for?
It was for her. It was for It
I
was
would
for
assume
her.
you don't wrap something like that. It's more of a here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a toss her the keys, right?
Another one of those random thing. Those two red poles there. A guy hit me up and says, "Hey, I have a trampoline that I used to rent out, and you can jump like 20 feet in the air." So
It's got the little trampoline bungee
yeah,
harness.
yeah, the ones you see like at fairs and stuff. So we
Oh,
got one
nice.
of those, and the
So
kids
we'll fire
love
that up later.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude.
That's awesome.
I've always wanted really cool art, and these came up. These guys,
The Archer and the
yeah. So
Spartan.
it's just
Spartan.
kind of snowballs. I have a Hummer coming next week. A guy's giving me a free Hummer.
Perfect.
and it
No,
rhymes
not one.
or
Yeah, it's
yard
a
art?
car. It's not one of those Hummers.
Oh.
The other thing too, obviously
Beggars
with
can't
your
be choosers,
It's a
I
car
guess.
Hummer. Not,
Yeah.
with your business and what you do with Laser Nut, it's like, what do we want to build? Like the cactuses are the coolest thing ever.
Oh my
Like
God.
the way those things are built is
Dude.
badass.
Yeah.
Cacti.
Yeah,
Cacti.
we love building cool stuff. We're now we're gonna build all the trophies for SCORE International Off-Road Racing down
Very
in
cool.
Mexico next year. This actually, I don't know when you're gonna air this, but for King of the Hammers this year, the only people that'll know we're doing this, where we're doing the fire pit art for
Oh,
King of
yeah.
the Hammers,
Oh,
The one
no
right in the
way.
middle of Hammertown.
and it will be a hammer, a huge
Sweet.
hammer that will
That's
go in the
rad.
center of the fire pit.
And
Oh, that's rad.
Can we post that about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay,
you're more
hell
than
yeah.
welcome. So it's the only place that is gonna hear it.
Heard it
Okay.
here first.
Here first, yeah.
Exclusive.
So
Dibs.
it'll be a huge hammer, just like they give out to all the competitors that win the
Yeah.
events.
Yeah.
But it'll be 9 feet tall and 5 foot
You need
wide.
a big old flatbed to get it out here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dude, those cacti.
Oh,
That's
cactuses.
that's what my dreams are made of. I don't know why, but when I picture like if I make it and I own the house of my dreams, my driveway is gonna look no different than yours.
Yeah.
Those big metal
What, a
structures.
big giant gate?
I think that's the coolest thing ever, dude. I don't know why.
So there's a
but-
story behind that, real
Yeah.
quick. I went on trail missions with Cameron Steele down in Mexico for my first time, and we saw these really cool saguaros cactuses.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I think I really want one for Lasertown. So I go on the internet, $8,000. I'm like, nope,
Oh
not
my
spending
God.
$8,000. So I had my guy design one, a 14-foot tall one with 3 arms, and I put 12 out here. Well, sure enough, I didn't anchor them to the ground good enough, and they all blew over and dented.
Ah,
So I went to social media and said, hey, who wants $1,500 for a 14-foot
Scratch
cactus
and dent
slightly
sale.
dented? They all sold. Like, oh, wow, okay. So then we started making them. And, I mean, a guy just came earlier today and bought 2 of them for his house in Mesquite, Arizona. And,
How funny.
I mean, we've sold a few of them. I think we should get in the cactus
I'll
business.
be your next
Yeah.
customer.
Right?
yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Yeah.
And we're going to make Joshua trees, too.
Okay.
Oh, there you
That'd
go.
be sick.
Oh yeah, what's the
That's
story on a
awesome.
Joshua tree? Are they Joshua trees if they're in the park, but if they're out the park, they're just called a yucca?
I have no idea.
Now you're
Is
getting real
that a
deep.
deal?
I
Man,
think it's a thing. I think it's a thing.
it's a real hot burden question you got.
You heard it here
Hannah,
first.
I
That's
ask
like
the hard-hitting
discrimination,
questions.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
If
yeah.
they're in the park, they're Joshua trees. If they're out of the park, they're just yuccas.
That's not PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they identify as.
Not woke.
Now
Yeah.
you got shoes on.
So Hannah, I know I don't want to cut it short. I know it's
No.
getting cold.
Yes, it
and
is.
the sun is going down,
Yeah.
and we probably can't see us anymore.
No, you're good.
I have one more quick question for Cody,
Yeah.
if you have any more. She's our driver for the 4600 car. Do you have any advice you can give to this first-time driver, first-time Hammers
Race day
goer?
jitters.
Like, what's one piece of advice you would give her going out on race day?
Good question.
That's a good question.
Confidence.
Yeah.
I like that.
You heard it here
Go,
first.
girl. I like
Wow.
it. I agree with you.
That was a mic drop right there.
You're a
Yeah.
smart girl. You know that?
Yeah.
Humble too.
Yeah.
First time ever racing the race. Breathe.
Yeah.
Don't gotta get the adrenaline to go away.
Yeah.
That's make sure you don't have to poop.
Tell
Dude,
Jake that
so-
for sure.
Yeah.
Other people get the nervous poops. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
No, it's just I have to tell myself every day it's all about the journey, not the destination.
Yes.
It's
Just have fun.
Yes.
have
Doesn't
fun.
matter if you lose or win.
True.
Just have fun.
Just have
That's
fun.
more funner winning.
Yes.
I mean, I can give you a bunch of. I mean, just have fun. Don't chase the dust. Do your thing, and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And if you need any help, I mean, you guys know how to off-road, but if you ever need any help or anything, I'm here. I love taking out and helping people and
Hell
how to
yeah.
rock crawl, or not to go fast, but how to rock crawl. But
Yeah.
That's
Right.
awesome.
I'm here for you guys.
I really appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're kind of just in the game right now of not only having fun, but at the end of the day, off-road's supposed to be fun. That's what I'm always telling myself, right? That's like my one-liner in my head. Is always it's supposed to be fun, right? You can't suck the fun out of it and then, like be confused why you're nervous and
Yeah,
why it's not going your way. You're supposed to have a smile on your face from start to finish, So
Yeah.
while still, having confidence, taking yourself seriously and respecting the investments and everything that goes into this while still having the time of your life,
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
winning's fun.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I've been there, and it's great on the drive home, and but
Yeah.
or finishing's fun too. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of people, depending how you're built, don't enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
The getting there, like you guys did today.
Yeah.
The going in and having dinner with everyone, and
Yeah.
waking up the next morning and have coffee, and going out on the trail and pre-running, and that's the part you have to enjoy. And I have a hard time enjoying all that because I want to win, and that's you just focus on the whole journey.
yeah.
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 That's what I
And
recommend.
Otherwise you forget it.
practice.
Practice.
And practice,
Practice.
practice.
Tons
confidence.
of confidence,
Done.
practice,
And have fun.
And have fun.
That's right.
and to know the trails like the back of your hand and where the rocks are and
Yeah.
how the vehicle works. And I mean, you gotta definitely
Ticking time clock.
you got a lot going on with a new car as
Yeah.
of
Oh my gosh.
seeing dirt, and you're going to be racing in 5 weeks, 3, 6
Something like
weeks?
that, yeah.
Like 3
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So
Yeah, we got this.
So practice
We
the
got
race.
this. Yeah. We got this Jeep and we completely did a frame off. Completely gutted the thing, and just got out of hand. It just got
It
way
did.
out of
We
hand.
painted the whole underside of it like body color. It's just,
So what we did is an 85 CJ7. So we thought we're gonna make this thing. We painted it. We're painting it. It's primered right now. We're painting it dark metallic honey. It's a OEM paint code for 87, or 80. What is it?
85?
85.
Yeah.
At 85. We've got the 85 Renegade decals and everything that are gonna go on it. We got the chrome grills, the chrome, hinges, because everybody would have had the chrome, stuff back in the day.
what would have raced in 85 or 80,
So we, so
in
we
the
want
80s?
the body to look like a legitimate, really, really nice Primo 85 CJ7, and just have really hardcore purist Jeep guys get super pissed at us for going out and just smashing the shit out of it in the rock. So it's gonna really, really, really good for like a day, and then we plan on just tear it up, have a good time, right?
and that's another one. Just thinking here is if you get stuck, winch out. Don't destroy the vehicle.
Yeah.
Get the winch, know how to winch,
Yeah.
yeah.
and have a good co-driver.
Luckily, other Jake is a definition of a billy goat when it comes to that stuff.
Good.
So I think we're in luck there. That's our
doesn't get
saving
tired.
grace.
I mean, there are
No.
spots on the 4400 course that we're winching. We're back door. We're winching. We're not
Yeah.
going to try to
Yeah,
go
why?
back door.
Yeah, why even
I mean,
waste
we
time?
could probably do it, but it's not worth risking the car.
Don't be a
Right.
hero.
Yeah,
I have a
exactly.
question
Yeah.
for my dad. Why did you make Laser Town?
For you, I think is what he said.
Yeah, but why? Like for the real reason.
That's the real reason. It was for a safe place to. I mean,
Like
to
for
have
a vacation, but safe place.
Yeah, and actually, another part of it is to have you guys want to come out to the middle of the desert and hang out for 2 weeks. I mean,
There
we're
you
going
go.
on. We've been out here a week. We've
Yeah.
got one more week, and you guys are actually here and enjoying it. And if I don't have a nice, I don't have a nice safe place for you guys aren't going to want to come out.
It's perfect.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Cody, thanks again for letting us come out and hang out and hear
Absolutely.
your story,
Yeah.
and for the advice. It's
Yeah,
really, really cool to be here.
Anytime, I appreciate you guys reaching out, coming
Yeah.
out, and if you have any other questions or
Yeah.
anything or whatnot, I'm here, and hopefully your podcast is what you wanted. Or
It is.
Yeah, no,
It's
this is-
absolutely perfect.
Thank you so
All
much for
good.
having us.
Yeah.
And thank you again for being.
Yeah, perfect. And when and it's cold, and we're gonna go inside, and you can send us off. Just say thanks for listening. We're out.
Okay.
say thanks for listening. We're out.
Say it. That's the way you want.
Thanks for listening. We're out. Peace.
Yes.
That's great.
That was awesome.